Hello guys, welcome back. If you want to learn how to make this easy and beautiful tree topper bow, stay tuned. The most important material that you're going to be needing today is the ribbon, and I chose to use two different patterns just to make the bow a little more interesting, but you could definitely choose one if that's what you have available or if that's what you choose. And before you get started with the bow, you're going to need to cut two long pieces of ribbon. These are going to be the legs that are going to dangle, but I'll show you how to attach that later on. And very important, the ribbon must have wire on the edges as you see here. If not, the bow is going to be flat, and we don't want a flat bow. You're also going to need a thin wire, some pliers to cut the wire, and some scissors. So these are the materials that you're going to be needing today. So let's get started making this beautiful bow. You're going to want to unravel some of the ribbon just to make it easier to work with. And also, if you're using two different kinds of ribbon like I'm doing here, you're going to want to stack them on top of each other. The first step is going to be to make a loop towards you. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And also make sure that you leave some extra ribbon at the bottom. This is going to help it not get unraveled when you're styling the bow. Next, you're going to do a loop away from you, and with every loop you're going to gather at the center really tightly, and then you're going to twist the ribbon so always the design of the ribbon is showing outwards. So I'm going to show you guys here in a slower motion. You're going to make a loop towards you. You're going to gather in the middle really tightly so you don't lose control and the bow unravels. Once you have control of it, then you're going to twist the ribbon. This way the design of the ribbon is actually going to be opposite, and now you're going to make another loop, but this time away from you, always gathering in the middle and then twisting. And we're going to continue this step over and over until either the bow looks just the way you want it or you run out of ribbon. And don't worry if at this point the bow doesn't have the shape that you had in mind. We're going to take care of that at the end, but for right now, just loop and twist. So now that we're done with that process, we're going to go ahead and utilize those two long pieces of ribbon that I mentioned earlier in the video. You could definitely use more than two if you like, but essentially this is going to become 4 legs instead of 2 because we're going to stack it on what is going to be the bottom part of the bow right in the middle, and then we're going to gather it just like we've been doing this whole time, and we're going to tie it with the wire, making sure that it's really tight so our hard work of trying to keep this bow together doesn't fall apart. So we are definitely almost done, guys. Here I'm just cutting a little bit of that extra ribbon that we left at the beginning of the video just because it was a little bit too long, and I'm going to go ahead and separate all the loops that we did, and then I'm going to grab it by that wire that we tied it with and just try to give it some shape, a nicer shape to where it looks beautiful on the tree. And also you could go ahead and separate the legs. This might take a little time to get it right where you want it, but I promise you it's going to be so well worth it. And to give the ends of those ribbons a nicer look, we're going to fold in half and then cut at an angle, and this is what it's going to look like.